Hello everyone and welcome to EduTap. This video is meant for all those aspirants who are interested in the APFC examination, the examination which is for the post of Assistant Provident Fund Commissioner in the EPFO organization, and this examination is going to be conducted by Union Public Service Commission. So this conducting organization, that is Union Public Service Commission, this basically puts a sense of uncertainty or a sense of fear among many aspirants who have not prepared for any examination conducted by UPSC, but they are still interested in the APFC examination because they are already associated with some kind of a sector, they are already working in some kind of a sector that is involved in finance, that is involved in management, or that is involved in banking activities or provident fund activities or regulatory activities. So this video is meant for all those aspirants who are skeptical about whether they should be preparing for APFC examination because this is a UPSC examination. So this is the strategy video for all the non-UPSC aspirants, right? For all the aspirants who have not yet prepared for the UPSC examinations. So first of all, we are clear about the APFC examination. We are sure of that. If you are not already clear about the APFC syllabus, then we already have a video on our YouTube channel. You can go and watch that video. The links of all those videos will be there in the description box, and in that video you can clearly look at all the different chapters that are part of the APFC examination. Out of all these chapters, we can see that there are many chapters which are also part of the syllabus of the examinations which are already conducted by UPSC. For example, the Indian polity, Indian economy, etc. But there are also subjects which are not part of a regular UPSC examination, and they are purposefully and customized subjects which are part of the examinations which are there for the posts in EPFO. Okay. So subject wise weightage, if we look at all these syllabus, we can see we have already discussed in this prior videos. I'm just giving you a background that almost 48 to 47 questions are there from the general studies part of the syllabus, right? And then a major portion, it comes from elementary maths and mental ability, and also from the general English. So if you look at GS, which includes history, polity, economy, general science, and the English and math skills, almost most of the paper, you can say almost 70 to 80% of the paper is coming from these three subjects. Then comes your current affairs, then comes your computer applications, and then your social security and others. And these subjects might appear very minor to you, but they are very important, right? But yes, it is true that it is very difficult for you to clear this examination unless and until you have a very good understanding about this general studies part and also your general English and mental ability part. Now here comes the pain point. The pain point is that the UPSC aspirants, they are already preparing for Indian culture, heritage and freedom movement. They are already preparing, they have already read about Indian economy, population development and globalization, Indian polity, that is governance and constitution of India, then general science, and then social security. Social security basically means the welfare schemes for the marginalized or vulnerable or underdeveloped sections of the population. So UPSC aspirants, in the course of their preparation, be it for the IAS exam or be it for any other exam, they mostly read about these subjects. What they don't read about is industrial relations and labor laws in very detail. What they don't read about is accountancy and auditing, insurance, statistics, computer applications. They might be good in computer applications, but it is not a part of the exam syllabus, right? Then general English and mental ability. These two subjects, they are also prepared by UPSC aspirants as part of the CSAT, but these two subjects, they are not a part of the meritorious paper, right? So your merit is not calculated on the basis of your performance in these two subjects. You only have to do a bare minimum. You only have to get the qualifying marks, that is about 33% for these two subjects. But in other examinations, be it banking or regulatory bodies examinations, the general English and mental ability, this also comes in merit, right? So you have to perform better than others in these two subjects as well. So now many aspirants might think, who have not read about these subjects. So I'm assuming that if you have not prepared for UPSC exams, I'm not only talking again about the civil services exams, which is considered to be the toughest exam conducted by UPSC, but also other exams, starting from NDA exams, starting from other paramilitary forces exams or other armed forces exams, or other exams for other regulatory bodies which are conducted by UPSC. There these subjects are very much common, okay, but these subjects, they are not that common. Now there are certain myths and facts that every aspirant must be very clear about. First one, that all UPSC exams are of IAS level. It is not the case. UPSC conducts multiple exams with varying difficulty levels. UPSC is a very esteemed organization, it's a constitutional body, and they very well are aware about the requirements of different kinds of exams. So if there is an exam for ESIC, Employee State Insurance Corporation, or is there if there is an exam for EPFO, they know what is the specific requirement for the people who have to be selected through these exams. So the difficulty level will be there. The paper will not be very easy, but it will not also be at the same difficulty level as an IAS or civil services exam. Okay, so you need not worry about that. Next, only UPSC aspirants can cover the GS topics, the history, economy, polity, geography. These topics, they can only be covered or covered well by the UPSC aspirants. Obviously, this is not the case. If you have ample time and if you have ample focus and motivation, you can also cover these subjects in a well reasonable time, and also with reasonable accuracy, so that you can attempt a very good number of questions from these subjects in the EPFO examinations as well. Next, level of GS preparation is same as the UPSC exam. Again, this is not the case. The level of GS preparation of prelims level of UPSC exam, that we can say, because in the APFC examination there will be a recruitment test. The objective level questions will be there. The UPSC aspirants, they study for the descriptive answers also. You have to write answers for questions, and these answers, they can vary in the word limit from about 150 words to 250 words. So the UPSC aspirants who are preparing for the IS examinations or other examinations, they go into a much more detail, and the approach is entirely different. If we talk about the EPFO examinations, APFC examination, you only have to attempt the objective questions. You will have 4 choices, and you will have to select the correct choice out of the 4. So you need to have that much knowledge only, that you can select the correct options out of the 4 given, right? So what should be the strategy? So I'm telling you that all the other exams for accountancy, industrial relations and labor law, your insurance, your statistics, all these different subjects you can cover. If you are already working in some financial or regulatory sector or in some banking sector, you will not have any problem in covering these subjects. But for the GS subjects, what you can do, you must not start reading everything that is available. You have to identify important topics first of all. There are videos available on our YouTube channel where we have given you the list of all the important topics for all these different subjects. After identifying the topics that you have to cover, that you have to necessarily cover before going into the examination, then you have to identify the right sources. Right sources will contain the relevant information in a very exam oriented manner. That will save your time, that will save your effort, and that will also help you not making a clutter out of all the information that you have read about. Okay, so whatever information you are reading in your brain, all that information will be intact in different silos. It will not be combined together, and it will not lead to confusion. Next, you have to revise through practice. So this is the 3-step formula. You have to first identify the topics, then you identify the sources from where you are going to read those topics, and once you read those topics, then you have to revise those topics through practice, attempting mock tests, attempting MCQs. You need not be expert in history, you need not be expert in geography, you just need to crack the exam. You just need to solve the maximum number of questions that are available in the objective type test. You need, in my opinion, 3 hours daily for 3 months, and that will be enough to cover all the GS subjects, all the subjects that we say are UPSC subjects and can be covered by only the UPSC aspirants. That is not the case, right? So important topics, important sources, revision. How are we gonna do that? If we talk about all the different subjects, first of all, Indian culture, heritage and freedom movement, I have given you a day-wise plan in a separate video. That video is already available. The description box contains the link of that video also. There I have given you the important topics like this, and the sources from where you have to prepare those topics. Go and watch those videos, and you can skip to the sections where I'm talking about the subjects for UPSC. I'm not saying this is gonna be an easy job. Obviously, an aspirant who has been preparing for UPSC examinations since 2 or 3 years, who has already read about Indian freedom movement, Indian culture and heritage multiple times, he has an edge. He has an edge. But what you have to make sure, in the examination you are able to attempt more correct questions as compared to him. For that you need practice. For that you need to revise this thing once, and then you keep on practicing, and that how much focused you are, how much effort you're going to put into that, that is the only thing that is going to matter, right? So if you have to compete against a very veteran kind of a UPSC aspirant, you have a fresh energy with you, you have a fresh approach at looking at these subjects, and I really believe that there is no barrier, there is no difference between you and a veteran UPSC aspirant in completing this particular examination, right? If we talk about population development and globalization, you read NCERTs, not taking much of a time, and then you just have to be very well aware about the recent developments in current affairs through newspapers or PIB articles. You talk about constitution and governance of India. Yes, this is a subject from where a large number of questions will be asked, but again this requires memory. And if you are even from any humanities background, if if you have prepared for any regulatory bodies examination, you have read about different laws, different sections in those laws, different provisions in those laws, and if you are able to memorize them, it would not be a very difficult task for you. For example, in this kind of APFC examination, you have to read about Indian rights and duties which are mentioned in the Indian Constitution, the center state relations, the provisions related to parliament, the provisions related to the cabinet, the president, the vice president. These provisions, they can be remembered very easily if you read them about them once or twice. And again, I would tell you, the questions will not be as difficult as you mostly see in UPSC examinations for the selection of IAS IPS. The questions level, it will be not very difficult. The questions level will be set according to the level of information that is required from an APFC officer, from an assistant provident fund commissioner. You just have to reach that level, right? Similarly, you have sources available. I have already told you about the sources, that is NCRTs and some standard books. In my opinion, this Lakshmikant book is the only book that you need to read in order to gain all the information that you need from the subject of governance and constitution of India for the APFC exam, right? Next is your general science. General science, many of us are well aware about basic physics, chemistry and biology that we read about from classes 9th to classes 12th. But again, the new developments that are happening, the new space missions ISRO is going to launch, the new initiatives taken by the Department of Science and Technology or Department of Biotechnology under the Ministry of Science and Technology, their press releases, you have to regularly follow that. You have to regularly follow the newspapers looking for the various scientific developments happening in India and across the world. Again, not specifically a domain for the UPSC aspirant, a very well read person, a well learned person who is completely connected with the events around him, he or she should know about all these events. That is the question that will be asked in the exam, right? Indian economy, already many of the regulatory bodies and examinations or banking examinations, they require the information about banking, Indian economy, banking sector, the financial sector, the primary and secondary markets, monetary and fiscal policy, what is inflation, how the GNI, GDP, all these different parameters are calculated. So all this information is already there, and you just have to revise it, okay? And you just have to attempt mock tests in order to refurbish that information. Next, you have to be very well aware about the current events. You have to follow the general awareness part in other examinations also, and for current events also, you are gonna need newspapers and daily reports and indices which are prepared by either coaching institutions, or they are also available online on various platforms. Today you can see on YouTube or other platforms, there are various channels or handles that give you this information, right? As part of the general awareness, so you can go and consult that also, right? In addition, what I would like to suggest, I'm not saying that our courses, the courses being provided by EduTap, are gonna be the best courses or the best solution for you, but still, we have this USP that we also provide coaching for the UPSC aspirants. We also provide coaching for other regulatory bodies and banking examinations. So we are very well aware about the needs of the aspirants who are preparing for UPSC and need to prepare for regulatory bodies or banking examinations, or vice versa. The aspirants who have already appeared or cleared the banking or regulatory examinations are now going to give APFC or UPSC examination. So we need, what is the lacuna, what is the missing thing that you need, and taking care of that, we have prepared this APFC EPFO course, where we provide you with all the necessary guidance, all the necessary content, and even test materials that will help you in achieving the standard that you need to get in order to clear this APFC examination, right? So this is all from my side, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also like this video. And in the comment section, use the comment section for constructive comments, because we are here trying to help you. And there you can also talk about how you are going to prepare for the APFC examination, right? So this is all from my side. Keep on learning, keep on growing. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.